Hi, this is Tanya from Love Buddha Tarot, back with the reading for Taurus for the month of 18. How are you doing, Taurus? Right, I'm doing these live because I want to get them out there and I want to get them up as well as soon as possible for you. After next month, they will all be pre-recorded again. Okay, so like I say, sorry that they're live, but it's so that you get them. The messages are still the same. Um, Before I start the reading as well, I just want to say that there is an offer on at the moment. The links are below. There is an off all readings. Okay, I had a little bit of a Mercury retrograde problem, so I've ended up putting a bigger discount on than I initially wanted to. So you can take advantage of that. It's on all readings. This will be the last chance that you get to buy video readings and 5-minute readings as well. They are being taken off as of now because there's a new website and everything coming in, and I'm trying to streamline it. So if anybody does want a reading, like I say, they sent off all of them, but it's only until the 3rd of August. Okay, you can book now for after that, but they have to be purchased before the 3rd. Okay, so the link is below, and if you type Eclipse in capital letters where it says redeem code, then that will automatically take your discount off. Okay, so right, that's it. That's business. I hate that part of it. Hi, good morning, everybody. Right, okay, so Taurus, I'm going to go straight into this. Oh, I can see mosquito spray on the bench there. It shouldn't be there. I'm so sorry if I give it a flatmate before and he must have left it on there. Right, okay, so Taurus, I'm going to go in with what I was picking up psychically for you when I started this reading. And I feel this month is going to be a bit of a realization for you, okay, for a lot of Tauruses. I mean, what we've got to bear in mind is these are general readings, unless I'm looking at your specific energy. These are general readings. But what I'm getting here, it's almost like I feel you need to give up the fantasy. And I feel this is around a relationship, okay? There's something that I think you've been wishing for and hoping, or someone, and it's almost like you're putting a lot of effort in, but it's kind of not giving you the rewards. And what I want to say with this is it's almost like, I feel you've been jumping through hoops. I feel you've been doing everything possible to try and make this work, or to try and make this person sort of have the same advances or the same feelings as you. But I feel this month you're going to have the realization that, hold on, it shouldn't be this hard. I shouldn't have to almost get on knees and beg, for somebody to love me or care for me. So this is what I'm getting. So the bubble's going to burst a little bit, okay? But the way I'm seeing this now and the way they're showing me is it's almost when you burst that bubble, that is when you're free, okay? Because that bubble has kept you trapped and it's kept you from moving forward, okay? Now the thing is, we've had these crazy this lunar eclipse, we've got the blood moon. It's very, very powerful, and it is cutting a lot of things away, and it's showing the truth to us, but the truth always sets us free, okay? So please don't worry too much about this, because I do feel you are in this little bit of a challenging time at the moment, Taurus, and I think you will be as we go into this. But I feel that this person that we're talking about, it's almost like, look at what they're given. This person is cold. This person is harsh. I don't feel that they have your best interests at heart. I don't feel that they're always kind to you neither. But it's almost like I feel you feel these bonds are unbreakable and you can't do anything about it. So you're literally exhausting yourself in trying to make this work. And it's like I say, it's realization time. This is not sharing. This is not this, that is, relationships are not about one person being powerful and the other person begging for affection or attention or anything like that. And this is what I'm being shown here. Okay. And it's almost like you haven't wanted to see this, because I feel if you see this, then it's kind of, it's like, oh, then I've got to face reality. So you've been putting this off. Whereas this month, I feel that there's no putting it off. It's almost like you're going to get slapped in the face with reality, but this is going to wake you up, okay? It's not a bad thing. It's a good thing because I feel like the universe wants to give you an opportunity where there is security for you, okay? Because when you realize that there is not security where you're looking for it, it's almost like the universe is going to put something in your path where you can actually find that security, okay? And I feel this is a transition for you, a transition where you can heal and a transition where you can rest, because I really feel that you're just pretty bogged down with all this. I think energetically, when you get out of this situation, you will realize how much energy you have been putting into it and not conserving for yourself. So I do see endings, okay? I do see ends, yeah, and it's almost like I'm getting that song, Hit the Road, Jack, and don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. And this is about you knowing your worth. Like I say, you don't need to beg somebody to love you, Taurus. They either do it or they don't. And this is it. It's pretty black and white like that, so you need to see it in this way. Because this, yes, there is an ending, but this ending, whoa, yeah, that's slamming the door. That was the wind there. That's it. I was going to say, as one door slams, it might be quite abrupt, but this is going to lead you in a new direction as well. So please don't worry about it, because I feel the worry that you have about this ending is that's all in your mind. It's not going to be as bad when you actually do it. Was that for the while with the door there, Tina? I nearly died. So yeah, I see you walking away from this, okay? But it is your choice here. This is it. You're stepping back into your power. You know your worth, and you are not going to settle for anything less than what you are worth, okay? This is it. You are worth the world, and somebody that recognizes that will appreciate that, okay? So this is it. It's cutting loose, cutting ties, taking a risk, and letting whatever you thought you were building for the future fall away, because it was not a solid structure. It was keeping you trapped. And this is all about you freedom. Like sort of going to freedom, sorry, the way they're telling me this, yeah, it sounds going to freedom. Yeah, this is what they're saying. It's almost like you're on the path to freedom by letting this go and letting both going in different directions. So yes, I think you there'll be a little bit of licking your wounds, so to speak. A little bit of feeling down, but it's almost like what you've got to do here is saying this is putting you on the path to love, okay? So this is it, because there is happiness and contentment just around the corner. And when I'm saying just around the corner, this could be as soon as December, okay? Because this is what it's showing for you. And I feel there could be somebody from your past, okay, that is coming back into your life or make contact again. I feel this person has quite an earthly energy, so they could be an earth sign, but it's almost like this person is looking long term, okay? You're not going to have to jump through hoops. It's not all going to be a dream. It's not all going to be fantasy. If this person does what they say they're going to, it's like they do what they say on the tin. So this person is ambitious. This person has vision for the future, and I feel this person could want you in their future as well. So this is why whoever you're around at the beginning of this month needs to go, because it's almost like they need to go so somebody else can come in. I feel you being a little bit hesitant around this, okay, and sort of, do I really want this? But I want to say to you, yes, you do, because this is going to be what's best for you. This is where you're going to be fulfilled. This is where you're going to feel that things are flowing. And this is where you are going to actually feel that you are appreciated and valued. Okay. Now, that is not a lot to ask. That is not a lot to ask. When you go out of your way for other people, Taurus, you expect them to appreciate that. And this is what I see coming in. And it's almost like, you might be sitting not wanting to hear what I'm saying here, but they're saying, in your heart of hearts that this is the truth. Okay. You are not secure where you are, Taurus. There's no security there. It's a false sense of security. Now, this could be around a fire sign or something like that, but it's almost like this person is not stepping up to the mark. Okay, they're not stepping up to it. If they're not fire, they could have fire in the chart. But what I'm seeing with this is this person, I don't want to say this person can be two-faced. I feel they could be faced. Okay, it's almost like they're a bit of a chameleon, and they will fit into whatever, or they will say whatever you want them to say to keep you there and keep the control and keep you trapped. And it's almost like you've been waiting and waiting and waiting. So there's been these empty promises that you've been like hanging on. They've had you like hanging on a thread, so to speak, when really there is no prize at the end of it. So like I say, this is about cutting loose here. It has come to an end, an organic end, and it is you that is going to cut ties here. Okay, so like I say, this is where you're taking your power back. This is where you're going to start planning for the future. This is where you're going to realize that you've been holding yourself back, in the past. And this is where the changes are being made. And I feel there is almost like a relief of being by yourself, because I feel this person that you've been around, it's almost like it's just been a little bit of, it could have been anybody, but it's that feeling that you have somebody, but really you don't. Okay, because I feel you've been feeling very alone in this, and I think this is for some time, and I think this is causing quite a lot of mental anguish to you, quite a lot of physical as well. Some of you could be having problems physically with this, and it's almost like, in order to stop this pain and in order to get the happiness that you want, and in order to be allowed to let your emotions out, which you want to do, you're a very loving person, Taurus, but it's almost like you're keeping these into yourself because you're afraid they're going to get used against you, or they're not going to be appreciated or something like that. So it's almost like your emotions are building up inside, but this is a release for them. Okay, this is a healing. You let go, and like I say, you can be you are free to be you. There is happiness coming for you, there is contentment, there is love, there is somebody else who um will appreciate everything you're doing. So this has been a big lesson, and I think the person who is around at the moment, you can't trust them. Okay, this is it. Trust is the cement of all relationships, and if trust is not there, then these relationships can fall apart at the slightest little, sign of trouble. And like I say, you need to know that there is trust there. I do feel there's another earth sign coming in around you. I feel some of you could be moving home as well. I feel finances are going to get better this month. It's all like everything I'm seeing here. It's almost like you've been on this negative vibe. I don't know if this person that you've been around is quite negative in their thinking and you've been on that frequency, but it's almost like when you move them out of this, then you can, yeah, when you move them away from this, then you can actually start manifesting everything you want, which is security. I think work will become better money wise. It's almost like, yeah, they've been a drain on you in some way. So it's a real like creative time for you to be thinking. It's a time for you to be telling the truth. It's a time for you to stop fighting here, and a time for you to step into your power, because there is love coming. I feel I December or the next 2 months for you. I feel it's going to be a lot better. It's a lot more fruitful than what you've had, and it's almost like you've been to battle. What you were fighting for is not what you really thought you were fighting for. You were fighting for your freedom so you can go out and actually get this bond which will enhance you and strengthen you rather than suck the life out of you, if that makes sense. Um, so I like this. It's very balanced. This one that I see coming in, it's and if there's work to be done, it's like you can do the work together. Okay. So like I say, no use crying over spilt milk. Let this go, because you're allowing something else to come in, which you will really, really thank me for. Get rid of any illusions that are there. See things for how they are. Okay. You are not living in this fantasy. It's not real. Okay. It's blocked. You're blocked around it, and it's time to let it go and celebrate that you do that as well. It's not mourning it, it's celebrating it, because, like I say, this is you breaking out and getting freedom. Okay, this is the start of your future, Taurus, and your solid foundation for your future as well. Will the eclipse help to release this karmic tie? It can, if you put the intent. I mean, we we don't realize how powerful we are. We sit and wait for the universe to do something, or we sit and wait for eclipses or moons or whatever, but we've got to do the work as well, you know. One of the best things that I seen, I was talking to somebody the other week, and they were saying that the car broke down on a motorway, and they just sat in the car and waited for somebody to help them, and nobody came. So in the end, they had to get out and they started pushing the car themselves. And as soon as they started doing that, people stopped their cars and actually helped them. So it's almost like, you know, we cannot rely on the universe or anything like that. You know, people go, oh, yeah, I prayed. Yeah, but it's what else did you do? You know, if you want to cut these karmic ties, then, you know, you have to do them yourself. The planet realignments at the moment will massively help you with that. It's a great time to do it, but they kind of do it for you. You know, you've got to take some responsibility and do that yourself as well. Puppy Talk Consultant. I'm sorry, this is readings for Taurus. I'm doing the monthly readings here. I'm not doing personal readings for people on here. If you do want me to have a look at your situation, then you can book a reading. The link is below. There's a massive discount on it at the moment as well, but I kind of just pull cards for everybody on here. Okay, hope you understand that. Yeah, I'm doing these live because they get up quicker rather than me re-recording them and then putting them up. Okay, because we're nearly into this now, and I'm a bit behind in getting them out. Right. Okay. So this is quite an interesting one for you, Taurus. And this is saying, ancient and sacred knowledge is waiting within the heart of the earth, yearning to be discovered. Crystals hold the key. Connect energetically with the earth and her crystal realm, because healing, love, and abundance are a result. Now, I don't know if any of you Tauruses use crystals or whatever, but I'm feeling that you need citrine. I feel citrine and I feel lapis for some reason. Now, I don't know what either of them are for, you know, and I don't want to look it up now, but I feel citrine and lapis are what are coming in important for you to have at the moment. Okay, so maybe do that, but healing, love, and abundance are the results. So this is it. It's like tapping into your inner knowledge, because that will show you the way. Okay, so I hope that's made sense to you, Taurus. Please let me know if it did. Like I say, if anybody wants a personal reading, the link is below, and that discount is only on until the 3rd of August. But you know, it's not going to be an easy month, but it'll be as hard as you make it. Okay, if you see that you're letting go to let better come in, then I feel you will navigate through it so much easier. Okay, because sometimes letting go is less painful than holding on, and I feel that's where you've been for quite some time. Okay, so thank you for watching. And if you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe, share these with your friends, and let me know, you know, how it pans out for you in. Okay, that now.